Hello, good morning. Welcome to gagrule.net. This is Gagrule Live on Facebook. Today topic, why Turkey is in NATO. And who got the Turkey in NATO? How could this be? Turks, they were invaded half of Europe. They pushed it to invade the rest thanks to the Austrians, the Viennese stopped it at the border. They attacked Vatican, but again, they couldn't do it. But they conquered 3 continents. They conquered the Muslim, North Africa, the Balkans, which is most were Christians. They conquered Anatolia. They conquered the Arab, the Middle East. So why would this extremist government be in NATO? And who got them in? So is Turkey gonna defend, protect the Christian Europe? Is Europe that weak? They need Turkey to protect them, defend them, like the Byzantine did. They were hiring Turkish mercenaries, and they end up destroying Byzantine. Are the Turks gonna defend and protect Christian Europe from Christian Russia? What goes into the mind of the European? So who was the one got in? That is really the question. Now you see Turkey, Erdogan, and people before that, they attacked everybody in Europe, but one country they don't attack verbally or any other way. See if you could guess. They called the Erdogan called a Pope the leftover crusader. They said, lots of things, but yet the Pope laid down red carpet, invited Erdogan. Well, you would think he is a good man to do that. And Erdogan called Israel more barbaric than Hitler. He called Merkel leftover or Nazi. He's calling all those names. He's creating terrorists. He's unleashing millions of refugees. And of course, he's getting billions of dollars for that. So why? You have the mighty United States. United States, any country could literally destroy within hours. So why they keep calling NATO our ally? We need Turkey. What is it? And which country is Turkey never attack? They attack Israel, Germany, Austria, the Pope, you name it, Erdogan attack, the Turk attack. But one country they never attack, even like verbally. That is the British. They never attacked the British. Erdogan never said one bad word about the Brits. Never. Because the British invented Turkey. They were supposed to be their enemy. The British, the French, they were supposed to destroy Turkey. They brought those poor Australian, New Zealanders, they all died. So it was the British who got them in NATO. Because the British and the Turks are the two last evil empires. And those two never give up their imperialism. They never give up. So both they corrupt Washington and use Washington to do their dirty work. As you could see now, this Trump is not going to war. He threats, but he does peace. They don't like him because he is not, even though there was a couple of Tomahawk crews he threw in on Syria, it was the British lie of chemical things. It was even always the British. So Trump, so far for 2 years, haven't declared war in any country, like Obama did. Like Obama came in power, they loved Obama. The British loved Obama because he destroyed Libya, he destroyed Syria, destroyed Ukraine, but they loved him. But they don't like Trump because Trump have not declared war anywhere, and that's why British are angry. Now, I'm not here defending Trump. Trump does lots of screw up too, but he haven't gone to war yet, haven't declared war. Even in Iran, he's saying, I want to meet the president of Iran. When was a president of the United States says, I want to meet the president of Iran? You know? So they do not like the British. So British, you know, even the First World War, when Armenians were calling British for help, the British excuse was our navy not able to climb Mount Ararat, you know, so that was their excuse. It was the British who created Turkey. It was the British who started the propaganda about this Ataturk. It was the British who corrupt this. After Woodrow Wilson died, there is Harding administration. It was a corrupt administration. Half a Harding a cabinet, they end up in jail because they were oil baron. The British corrupt themselves. Oh, northern Iraq, there's oil. We'll take the south, you take the north. The British, always, even in Iran. In fact, CIA was just created because when, I think it was Mossadegh called, when they overthrow the Shah, and so the British couldn't do it. So they sent CIA there to overthrow the Mossadegh government, push Shah back to power. So there is no war the United States gone last 30, 40 years that British dirty hand was not in. In Iraq, Saddam Hussein nationalized British petroleum, and every 5 years the British will create new people, send them and overthrow the government. They couldn't. Eventually, they tried it, everything the British could, but they couldn't. So then they throw the mighty of the United States to go and destroy Iraq. And you know, during the Iraqi war, where the British went, they went to south because that's where the oil, the British, and now the British petroleum is in Basra. That was the whole idea of Iraqi war. It has nothing to do with Saddam Hussein. It was the British wanted to get the British petroleum there, and they did it. And that's why Iraq is in disaster, because of the British. We need to keep our eye on the British, because Erdogan is perfect example that you could see he's not attacking the British. There is a reason for it. There is a reason for it. He attacked everybody in Europe, but the British. In fact, lately was invited by the Queen in the Buckingham Palace, Erdogan, the man. And so this is what the issue is. I think everybody has to understand this, why Turkey is in NATO. There is absolutely no need for this terrorist inventor Turkey to be in NATO. But it's the British keeping them in their British want them. Strategically, everybody talk about, everybody talk about strategic position of Turkey. Well, if the British could send America to destroy Iraq, get the oil, why can't you destroy that strategic place and partition Turkey? And so no more strategy problem. So the British, the Americans can take over the Dardanelles strip there. Solve. They could do it. I mean, within 2 weeks, United States could destroy Turkey. But they don't. That's why Turkey. There is absolutely no need Turkey, this extremist regime. You see, Arabs very little. They here and there they produce this terrorist. It's mostly Turkey. Like Obama, give them $500 million. They went created this called Free Syrian Army, and that's where the Islamic State started. They end up there, and the Turks were giving them all those hundreds, if not thousands, Toyota pickup truck. The Turk was selling Islamic State oil from Syria. They were all there. They are the so unless the Europeans love terrorism, they love refugees. We don't know. Maybe they do. But that's Turkey should never. And now they want Turkey to be in NATO. I mean, in Europe, in EU. Why? Why you wanted 80 million extreme Muslims to be in NATO, in Europe? For what reason? Why can't Europe be Europe? But you see, the Turks know how to corrupt the lead. European people don't want, absolutely. I don't think there is a single European individual want Turkey in there. But Turkey knows how to corrupt those politicians. Like just you saw a few months ago, Greece, the Greece prime minister laid down red carpet, invited Turkey, Erdogan to come there lecture them. And Turkey is, every day they have dogfight in the air, and Turkey is the number one threat to Greece, but yet Greece invite this evil guy and give him red carpet. Same thing, Serbia. They bring in and give a red carpet to Erdogan and make him honorary citizen. And Serbia was the number one who, the reason Ottoman Empire collapsed, because they protested, they pushed them back, and it was the Serbia who did. And this is the problem, is the British. You know, like, because I get sometimes upset when I see Armenians are lobbying the British to recognize Armenians. They will never do it. They will never do it because they did have a hand in it. They could have protected Armenia. They could partition Turkey, but they were the one who pushed signing of Treaty of Lausanne. That was the British. And they, of course, convinced the French and the Russians and everybody else. So I just wanted to say this. There is no need Turkey be in NATO, but the British is keeping Turks in NATO for their own interest. And Erdogan will never attack the British, neither verbally nor other. But he will attack all those Europeans. He hates those Europeans, but that's the way it is. So that was today's topic. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m., we're going to have very important guest, Harut Sasunian. He's going to talk about Armenia Artsakh Fund. And he's a top Armenian intellectual. We're very happy that he will be our guest. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow, Tuesday at 7 p.m. live on Gagro. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow, possibly in the morning, but 9 p.m. for sure. Bye-bye.